Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Oaklawn Park here on Saturday. It's 28th of December, 2024. Gonna look the ninth race from Oaklawn. But before I get on to that, remember, please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the ninth from Oaklawn, which is a very good race here. It's the Tinsel Stakes. It's going for a purse of $175,000, race for 3-year-olds and upwards here. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,800 meters, or a mile and eighth here in the Tinsel with the 4 horse Harass Man as a top selection. 4156 for me in this superfecta. 4156 super. Top selection horse Horace Man. There we go. The Squirrel Gelman by Twirling Candy. Phil Diamato trans one. Martin Garcia gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently in optional 100 Churchill. 7 prongs, 9th of August, 9th of November, excuse me, and he won by length that day. And from a dream tracking trip, he saw a strong pace to close up into, and he quickened up and he went away with it. 98 bar, that was a very strong race. He's back here around 2 turns for the first time in quite a few minutes. I think he could find a trip to win. It's not the world's deepest race. I think he could, he's gonna get some, good class competition to get the job done here today. Guess what? He's one of his last two, winning on the 29th of September at Churchill. Mile and optional 80 claimer, winning by 3 1/4 lengths that day. Basically on the front end, he really flew home clear late. That was a very strong run for this horse that day. And then optional 50 at Ellis over the mile and the eighth in August. Most recent 2 turn race, finished third by 4 lengths that day. He was off and on the front end most race. He just kind of yielded late. Mile and the eighth at Ellis in the middle of August could be very tough at times. Kind of like a mile and eighth at Aqueduct in January. It could feel like 2 miles at times. For him that day, he just kind of yielded off the pace. Probably needed the race that day, but he ran terrifically in July at Ellis, mile off turf in a lounge race, won by 5 1/4 lengths from a wide trip. He flew home clear. He's training well locally. I think he should get this trip well. Not the world's deepest class. I'm going to use him on the ticket because I think he can win. I think the 1 horse Frosted Departure for Chris Hartman and De La Cruz can also. He ran most recently closing day at Churchill Mile in the Cherokee Mile, where he finished eighth by 13 3/4 lengths that day. Where from the inside, he just yielded off the pace. Just wasn't his day to win. That was a tough race that day. Prior to that, an optional 175 at Churchill, mile 16th in September. Claimed out of that run. He finished fifth by 8 1/4 lengths, where he just kind of stalked and just completely tired that day. But he's a stakes winner. He won the Lake Oshanta Stakes on this track last May quite easily. Came back to win Death Beauty Minute the Testimony Stakes at Laurel over the mile eighth in July. But then he ran clunkers like he did in the Charlestown Classic or the Flame, where he was just facing very, very tough competition. He's the kind of horse that likes Oaklawn. He's coming here today. He'll like the longer trip, getting slight class relief from his most recent race. At 5 to 1, I'll give him a shot here on this ticket. But to recount my selection for the ninth from Oaklawn now, it's the Tinsel Stakes. Going to take the 4 horse Horace Man. Give kudos to the 1 horse Frosted Departure. 4156 Super. 4-1 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.